Good morning and happy Friday, everybody. How are we feeling today? How are we feeling? We got some dance moves out there this morning. I think Steve wins for the best dance moves so far of the morning. Yeah, Adonis disagrees. He says, no. You realize he's just down the hall from you, Adonis. I don't know what you were thinking. Let's kick off today. We're going to get to our town hall meeting, share some needs and wants. Everybody can kind of see who's out there that might be able to help them. But as usual on Friday, let's start with some high fives. Let's start with gratitude. Let's get our energy up and going. All right, rates are low. You raised your hand. What do you got for us?
All right, so I want to send some gratitude out to Summer. I know she's out there somewhere. She sent me somebody yesterday. This guy is on it. Sent me his stuff today. He's going out shopping this weekend. Really good. This is the way a partnership should work. So my grats to Summer.
Awesome. Who else? Who else has some gratitude to throw out there? All right, I got some for Carlos. As many of you might know, we're always looking to tweak and upgrade our systems and do things better. And Carlos has put together a great onboarding system that I think is going to help both market centers do a better job, make sure that things aren't getting dropped. So thank you, Carlos, for working so hard on that.
Carlos is the man. He is the man. That's awesome stuff he made. I got something, Dan. I want to thank Chris DiBiase. I don't know if he's here. I don't see him, but he's not on my screen. For participating in our career night the other night. He was great. He gave his perspective as a newer agent coming on board. So thank you, Chris. And we look for other volunteers as we do other career nights, guys. So yeah, we'll be hitting you up.
Yep. Next career night will be on July 22nd. So, join us then. It's a great way to get, get to meet some of the new agents that are coming in. Help them out, provide some perspective for people. Build your downline.
Dan, how many did we have the other night? I didn't pay attention to the count. Do you know?
I think we had about 12, it was.
Yeah, that's a good number.
People.
Yep, cool.
All right, who else has some gratitude, everybody? Adonis, go.
I'll do gratitude for Mariana Dinahan, because she's been super engaged and excited and plugging into a lot of stuff just like somebody should be doing. So good on you, my dear.
Awesome. Thank you, Mariana. Who else?
Thank you so much.
Who else has some gratitude, everybody? Listen, giving thanks is what gives you energy. So if you're not feeling great this morning, find a reason to be thankful. Find a reason to be grateful and share it. Put it out to the world. It will come back tenfold.
I just wanna go ahead and give some gratitude to Adonis, who checked in on me twice this week in one day. Awesome guy. I was telling Danny, I was like, he's so aware of what's going on. Actually, she said he's so aware of what's going on. I was like, yeah. So big shout out to Adonis.
Good stuff. That because Adonis always checks in on me, especially this week when it was my birthday. Thank you.
Aw, happy birthday, Alice.
I'm liking this morning for sure. Thank you.
I just want to shout out to Jen Henry, who outside of her coaching, I think this week she's really held it together, given, Diego's passing. And even though I know that's weighing heavy on her, she still managed to do all her work and be there for all her coaching clients. And that's something else.
Absolutely. We heart you too, Jen Henry. Keller Williams 612.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to give a shout out.
Yeah, Jen Davis.
One is to Adonis. Even though I'm his mother, he takes the time often to just call in and check on me, and that's really sweet.
He better.
I think certain people of a certain age, they may not call their parents. But yeah, so that's one shout out. And then the other shout out is for my new clients who had a realtor who took some really shoddy pictures and it was just a mess. and she's allowed me to come in and do my thing. And she's calling me a professional. She loves me, and it's just making it so much fun for me that I have this listing that I can correct and hopefully get it sold.
There you go. You will. You will. All right. Any others? Any other high fives for this morning? All right, let's jump into our town hall meeting. Let's start with with listings. Who's got some new listings coming on board that they want to share with the group? Inventory is low.
Inventory is very low. I have a single family coming on in Stratford. Should be active Thursday. We're going to start at 310. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It's been completely updated, newer furnace. It's on gas, and it's like right by Lordship, by the water. So you could see the water from the 2nd story.
Nice. Stephanie, I think you might have somebody for that.
Yes, I do.
Right. Donna Gilbert.
So I have a new listing that just a few minutes ago went coming soon. It will be live on the 23rd. It's in North Stamford at 49 Foxwood Road. It's coming on at 7:08. It's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths on a flat acre. So you can check it out online. Can't be shown yet because it's coming soon, but you can look at the pictures and all that kind of stuff. And I can answer any questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Donna. Listen, if everybody can just put speak up, but then put some basic info in the chat box so everybody can see it in case they missed anything. All right, including your contact information. All right, Dawn Grabover. I see you.
Okay, unmuted. Good morning. I'm gonna have a nice little raised ranch coming on the west side of Danbury, practically on the New York border on Benson Drive. Should be live next week, but we probably could arrange some early showings if you don't tell the MLS. But yeah, no, at least do some drive-bys or whatever. That's going to be $375, but it's a cute little house, sits back, and it's very private. I got a 2-bedroom coming on in Sterling Woods. Should be live by tomorrow. It's two bedroom with 2.5 baths, 1-car garage. It's a cute little facility right near Stu Leonard's in Danbury. And I just put on a piece of junk. It's a short sale, but it's a great investment.
You're really selling it. You're really selling it, Dawn. I love it. Love it.
It's going to be complicated, but I mean, it's like an $800,000 neighborhood if you got somebody who wants to flip it. So nice. That's 27 Jefferson. You can see the picture, lovely pictures on the MLS.
Awesome. Awesome. Crushing it. 3 this week. I love it. I love it. Who else? Any other new listings coming on that you want to let people know about? Give them a heads up. I think we've already made at least one connection today. Who else? Anybody else? All right, let's shift to buyers. Who's got buyers out there that are having a hard time finding that dream home? Anybody? Nobody with buyers, huh?
I have buyers. I have buyers out there, Dan, but you know.
What are you looking for that you're not finding, Mary?
Well, I mean, they are looking for their dream home and bringing them into where their price point is. And they're looking in what I call the towns, Greenwich, New Canaan, Darien, and up to Westport. I've just gotten them to come over to Stamford, thanks to Jeff Weirs. But with help with the school system information, by the way, Jeff is a really big help with that. If you have somebody struggling with Stamford because of the rumors about the school system. Okay. They're looking in the 800,000 to 900,000 purchase point range. So I can show them a little over that if there's some negotiations. And they want something that's in move-in condition, needs no work, not too far out of town, public water and sewer, the whole 9 yards. So, and then I have a buyer up in Stratford, Shelton, and Milford looking for a condo under 220 in decent condition that has some kind of parking garage or carport close by.
Awesome.
I have another one.
Donna, go for it.
So I have two buyers with needs. I know that a lot of our agents don't go up as far as Brookfield, but if anybody, okay, that's why I know Richfield. I forgot Richfield's on this call too. Sorry. Yes, so my Richfield buddies, I need a large house in Brookfield, like 4 or 5 bedrooms would be fantastic. They can go up to probably just below 700,000, which in Brookfield's a lot of money. They just lost out on my listing in Brookfield, so they really, really, really would like to find something. If you have anything, let me know. Also, I'm looking for slightly smaller, up to say high 5s in Danbury, but it needs to be like all done. So if you have anything like that, that would be fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you, Donna.
Yeah, I've got a few buyers, couple of low end, around mid 200s, looking for 2-bedroom, minimum 1 bath, something similar to like 718 Cove that just went to multi offers. Also some people up to about $500,000, 3-bed, 2-bath. Something with character, maybe older, but doesn't need to be blown out. It's first-time home buyers. They'll do some work to it. So if anybody knows, that would be great.
What areas are you looking in, Lisa?
Mainly Stanford for the up to 5. One of the mid 2s is Stanford, and another one would consider Norwalk as well.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Sure.
Any other?
I have one.
Okay.
Up to 550. 4 bedrooms would be preferred, and also if it could be somewhat renovated in Stanford.
Okay, awesome. Who else? Any other buyer needs out there?
Excuse me, Dan, it's Mary again. I have a miracle out there. It's a buyer who has been pre-qualified to 350,000, who's looking for a foreclosure or something in Stanford, in good condition. That's big enough.
That's going to be tough. It's going to be
They're
tough.
kind of out there.
Yeah. All right. Any others? All right. Is there anything that, has anybody experienced anything that they think was like pretty kind of out there, or a big win that they'd like to share, just to kind of help spread that knowledge with anybody? A scenario that you were in recently that would be helpful? Yeah, Donna?
So last weekend, over the 4th of July weekend, I actually gave a shot with the by appointment open house scenario.
Awesome.
We did it on Saturday, because Neil actually came with me. I didn't actually want to do it by myself. I didn't know how it was going to go. So anyhow, I had backup. But we did it Saturday and we did it Sunday. And it was from 1 to 2:30, and I blasted it out on the MLS. I just took somebody else's wording, because I figured it's on the MLS, so it's approved. And then I also did a couple of Facebook ads that I ran for a while. And the scenario was that they needed to call me in advance, and I would they needed to text me in advance. And then I would give them a 15-20 minute time slot that they could come. And I laid out, have to wear a mask, have to wear gloves, take off your shoes or wear booties, do not come if you don't have an appointment. I mean, I laid it all out there, and I was surprised. I had 4 couples come on Saturday, which was 4th of July. And the next day I had another 2. Everybody followed the rules. Actually, we have an agreement with one of the couples that came through on Saturday. They came back on Monday, and then we came to an agreement yesterday. Yesterday we came to an agreement. But here's the other thing. Somebody lost out on that. That's the client I'm talking about. So I picked her up as a buyer client.
Nice.
And so I'm looking for something. And another woman came out of New York, realized that Brookfield was too far from her. She didn't even know where Brookfield was. She just saw my ad and came. I'm now working with her as a buyer down closer to the Stanford, Norwalk area. So it was like, unbelievable. And, a few other people got away, but that's
not only did you
okay.
sell the house, but you picked up 2 potential buyer clients as well.
It was incredible. And everybody did exactly what I asked them to do and had no problem with it.
Listen, so here's the thing. I had an agent ask me yesterday, are we allowed to do open houses? Right? I don't know who that was, Don. Who was that asked me that?
I don't.
Right? The answer is yes, we are allowed to do open houses.
Yeah.
Right?
Just
a
have
lot
them milling
of the
around
local
and-
boards are recommending that we don't do open houses, but what Donna just talked about, that's no different than scheduling showings, right? Like, how is that any different than scheduling a showing, right? It's just you're doing it in a fashion that's going to bring you more business, as opposed to just leaving it up to the other agents to bring in their clients, right?
Right, and then you have them one-on-one. Now, think about it. When they walk in the door, I have their name, I have their phone number, and I have their email address before they even walk in the friggin' door. I'm like, wow.
I love it. It's
Donna,
leaving out all the looky-loos that you typically get in an open house, right? Marissa?
Sorry, I spoke over you, Dan.
No worries. Okay. It happens with Zoom.
No, I was just curious, Donna, how you did that again. You put in the advertisement for the open house that they had to call and schedule with you before they came. Is that what you said?
Yeah, they had to text me prior to, and they could not come unless they got a response back from me giving them their exact appointment time between the 1 and the 2:30. If you check out some of the stuff, I just was noodling through the MLS, what was open house coming, and I saw all these other agents, and I don't think I saw KW agents, but other people had all of this information, and I thought to myself, well, I could do that, and I did, and it was great. Yeah, so they weren't milling around, and it also said only 2 people at a time, only the buyers. If you have children, please find something else for them to do that day. I mean, I laid it all out because, I'm not all about just throwing open the doors and letting people come in just yet. And I thought, well, if this works, great. If it doesn't, it was an experiment. And tell you the truth, I loved it.
Nice.
Love it. All right. Adonis, what is Marty teaching us today?
You know what? I bet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do that every time to you. Poor Bill. I always forget to go to Bill.
Don't forget Bill. Bill's jiving today.
It's because A comes before B. That's why in the alphabet. I always just go directly to Adonis. Bill McNamara, you got a mortgage minute for us.
I do. So you guys are probably all sick of hearing about how low rates are, even though it's a good thing. Today, I want to talk about why you don't want to be working with a big bank versus a broker. I have a customer, actually, it's Rachel and Matt's customer, and she's been waiting for an approval going back a little bit. Last Thursday night, if you recall, Friday was a holiday. Last Thursday night at 7 o'clock, I got the approval from the bank. And this wonderful customer, she's so sweet, and she's been waiting and waiting. And if she was with a bank and they approved it, if they worked later and approved her the night before a holiday, she's going to find that out on Monday. She's going to have a bad weekend. I called her at 7 o'clock Thursday. We talked about it. She was thrilled. And Monday morning, I had all her conditions on Carissa's desk because she and I made sure we did everything over the weekend. And I'm looking for a clear to close today. But the idea of her having a weekend knowing she's approved instead of wondering what's going on.
Love it.
So that's the message.
I love it. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
All right. Adonis, what are we talking about today with Marty?
Today, we have an under 6 minute long video talking about creating a listing landing page to use it with a Facebook ad. So tune in for this.
Is that what we're doing today?
I hope so.
Whoops. I have the wrong video queued up. Give me 1 second. Got it.
The YouTube advertising platform is wide open. People don't know that this is available to them. But guess what? There's a better way to do it. There's a smarter way to do it. And we've seen great success with something else. And it's this. Your eyes are...
Good morning, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge 4.0 Day 4. So today we're going to continue to build the foundation of the things that we're going to need to utilize in the Facebook ad that we will be running later this weekend. And that includes today's challenge of building a single listing landing page. So we're going to do that by starting with consumer down here on the left-hand side. We're going to click on consumer. Some of you did message me that you couldn't see this applet. It's most likely that your screen is zoomed in too far. Go ahead and zoom out. You should be able to see it. Well, in order to create a new landing page, we're going to click on the create a new site button on the top right corner, and we're going to choose as a standalone page. Once we do that, we'll click on create page, and then you can see we get into the editor for this page. On the right-hand side, there are 5 boxes. These are considered widgets. So they are simple and easy ways to bring in specific coding that will help us build out this page. Instead of having to learn HTML, we're just going to bring in these widgets. Today, we're going to make a very simple and basic landing page. It's only going to include 3 widgets, but later on in the challenge, we'll go through more detailed versions of building out site pages. So let's bring in a basic branded header. I just click on that box and I drag it over to the left-hand side. Next, I'm going to bring over the listing itself. So I'm going to drag that over and drop it. And then I'm going to scroll down. And lastly, I want to bring in a lead form. So I'm going to click and drag that down below the listing, and you can see that here. Now, why do I have a lead form if I'm already capturing their information? Guys, you obviously know this. A lot of times that information that you get from Facebook may be fake. They may have changed their name, phone number, and email. And yet when they get to the landing page, they may actually say, I actually do want to go see that property, and I gave them fake information. This is their chance to resubmit correct information. So once I have those 3 widgets loaded into this landing page, I can click on Configure Widgets at the bottom right-hand corner. That's going to show me the 3 widgets that I have brought in. The first thing that I want to do is configure the branded header widget by clicking on it. And I can say, welcome to 17322 Morgan's Lake, right? I get 30 characters. I just fit that in with my 30 characters. So you may have to be creative sometimes if you have a longer address. My headshot, name, phone number, email, team logo, these are all brought in from my marketing profile. And so if you don't have these things brought in, go ahead and make sure that you get those adjusted and or added. I'm going to click on Save and Apply, which then configures that widget, and you can see the changes have been made here at the top. I'm going to click on the right-hand arrow next to the 1/3 to be taken to widget number 2, which was our listing widget. Now all I have to do is click on the Browse Listing button and then search for our listing. I'm going to type in the address, click on Search. There it is. I'll click on Select, and that then brings in this listing. You can see here are all of the photos of the listing. I have the choice as to which photo I want to showcase here. So I can also bring in a custom image if I choose. I really like that photo that Amy chose for her lead photo of the pool. So I'm going to click on Save and Apply, and you'll see here is that photo. And if we scroll down, it's got all the information being brought in from the MLS, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, your bill, the description. It'll then have kind of a carousel of photos and then additional MLS description plus map. Finally, I'm going to click on the right-hand arrow one more time to get into the form header text. I can change this if I'd like. So ready for a private tour of this home? Reach out today. And once I click on Save and Apply, you can see that it then changes that lead capture form with that text. Once I have confirmed that all 3 of those widgets have been configured, I can click on Publish Page. It'll say, are you sure? I'm going to say yes. It'll take me back into Command, into my consumer applet, under the landing page tab, and you can now see here is that landing page that we have just created. However, there's no easy way to see which landing page this is. And so I do want to come back in. One thing that I should have done that I didn't, I'm going to click on Edit. I would always recommend that you name your landing pages. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that landing page template alphabet soup. And I'm just going to put 17322 Morgan's Lake and then save that landing page and say that's going to affect the updated version. That's okay. And now I can easily see that this is the one that I want to use. We're actually going to use this landing page when we run our ad later this weekend. And so that's the quick and simple way to create an individualized landing page for your specific listing. We'll talk more about the landing pages and agent site pages as we continue on the challenge. And yet right now, this is what I want you guys to do to have ready for your Facebook ad later this weekend. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic Friday. And as always, I'll look forward to speaking with you again real soon. Thanks so much for your time.
Whoa, Marty actually knew what day of the week it was. He got that right. Finally.
That's cool, right? Gave you guys homework for the weekend and everything. Damn, Marty stepped it up. So on Monday, we're going to talk about building a custom smart plan and Facebook lead follow-up part 1. I hope that doesn't sound too ominous for you, but we're going to get into that.
Awesome.
Dan, you can have the last word. Go ahead.
No, all good. Have a great weekend, everybody. Let's get out there and sell some houses, right? All right. Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Nope. There we go.